call, Tammy asked me to do it, and I was thinking, who can I get to share something? Who? And I had just gotten back from Kansas when Tammy had talked to me, and I was at a meeting where Michelle Holm put on a stellar meeting, like green personality deluxe, like everything was lined up, everything was organized properly, and just couldn't ask for a better meeting. Michelle is a senior gold ambassador. I don't know the date she's been with the company. She'll tell us that. And so without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let Michelle tell her story of her journey thus far.
Oh, for the honor, you're so kind. Okay, so first off, I am a detailed girl, so that means I have to start my timer because I have 5 to 10 minutes, right? So we're going to get all the good we can in this 5 to 10 minutes. Our Kansas meeting was awesome because we had the opportunity to join together as part of one plexus, which I'm sure you can all agree that together we're better. So can everybody hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. And of course I have notes, so stick with me here. But, first of all, I just want to say that we are part of a very special situation, and I am at the table tonight because it's the right company, the right product, and the right time. And when you put those three things together, I mean, it really makes me speechless to think of the lives that we're all changing together. I see so many familiar faces tonight. It's fun. So as I went through my visit for tonight, I find that, and you may find that your journey changes as you tell your story. And I think that that's part of the process. Our why changes, the pieces of our story that come out change. Because you just never know who needs to hear what you're going to say or which part of your story they need to hear. So I hope that through this, you'll find something that will help your journey. So let's go back to October of 14. And that's when I found plexus. I was very tired of being tired all the time. I will tell you that when I share tonight, my goal is to do it with compliance. So we'll see how that goes. But, it's always good to challenge yourself. So at that point, I'm very tired of being tired. I was overwhelmed daily with feelings of sadness. I didn't leave my house because I socially was awkward and embarrassed, and it was a very, very sad situation to be in. And I took medication for those situations, and I had for 15 years, and nothing had helped. And I don't know if some of you can relate to that. I kept thinking I could find the right medicine that I could work through it. I'm talking about sleep all day on day with just feelings of hopelessness. I just didn't know what the right job was for me. I didn't know. It was bad. So Dana Longnecker has a booth, and I'm like, hey, I've tried everything else, right? I mean, almost anybody? Literally, like I tried so many things. I thought, 60-day money back guarantee, try one more thing. So I did. About 3 months in, the biggest thing I noticed was that I'd had all these strange needle-like pains in my stomach and a lot of numbness and tingling in my hands and feet that had gone away. My energy was through the roof. My mood was stabilized. The discomfort in my joints and my head, everything was gone. But like any good skeptic, let's see, that was October. So in March, I didn't place my order because I thought, is it really plexus? Really? And then in April, I placed my order because even more than all of that, I didn't have my seasonal problems that I had with sneezing and congestion. And how am I doing on compliance? Guys, this is harder than it seems, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So by April, it's been about 7 months, and I decided I'm going to try to get off of the medications that I've been taking for the sadness and the social issues. And after 15 years, I'm free of those medications. completely free. By July of 2015, I'm at a family reunion and I'm looking around and I have this overwhelming feeling of all the people who are crossing my path that Plexus could help. Of course, what happens then, right? This business that nobody ever wanted enters my path. So the business for me was pretty cut and dry. I did the research, I talked to some of our uplines, and I realized that, again, it was the right time, the right products. And I argued with that for a while because I'd done network marketing before, and I wasn't really prepared for it to cross my path. But I also was the girl who would cry every Sunday night because I had to go to work the next day. And I also was the girl who came home at 5 o'clock at night and didn't want to go back. So I knew that I was searching for a way to be home with my family, and this was put in my place for a reason. So I don't know if maybe you can relate to that as well. Let's see, so that's July of last year. Fast forward to about, gosh, I'm trying to think, January of this year, I'd replaced my income. So I'd quit my job and I'd replace my income. Now, mind you, I was an assistant for a CEO, so I wasn't making amazing money. But for me to be able to replace my income and still buy the groceries and still go on date nights and still save that money and feel like I was a benefit to my family and do it all in the nooks and crannies of the day, which is what we all do, it was very, very, very liberating. So no more Sunday night tears, right? So Nikki, that's really a lot of my testimony for my health and business.
So tell us, what is it that you do daily for your business? Share with us how you've grown your business.
Okay, so how do I grow it? Well, a lot of my business has been personal development because I started a job and quit a job, started a job, quit a job. And so I knew that God was trying to do something within me to bless people around me. So daily I do personal development and I do affirmations. And beyond that, I read my why. Why do I share Plexus? And for me, there's a really big conviction. Like, I believe that Plexus crossed my path and blessed me. How dare I keep it from somebody else who crosses my path? So a lot of mine comes from conviction that if I'm deserving of it, and I feel like when Sally crosses my path and you get that little feeling that you're supposed to say something, like, I have to say it. Like, I don't deserve Plexus, so how am I deserving to keep it from somebody? And so within that conviction comes, I think we all want a magic wand with Plexus. And the reality is that it's, okay, here's my list, right? It's affirmations, personal growth, IPAs, be a product of the product. And I would say that one of my biggest differentiators is finding someone to do the business with. So that means finding someone that your personality needs to pull you along. Finding people that you want to be around that are doing the business so you can share your difficult days, you can share your celebrations. And then I would just say it's necessary to burn the bridge. Like, I'm never not going to share Plexus. I decided that. And I think that's a very important piece of sharing the business every day, is deciding that you're always going to share it as long as Plexus is out, around to share.
So would you say this has just been the easiest thing? Everything's come together so easy for you. Like, everything's just been perfect. You've had no obstacles, no roadblocks. It's just been rainbows and unicorns the entire journey.
No, I would say that I say this all the time lately, anything in life that's worthwhile is hard. But when you think about worthwhile and you think about plexus and the lives that we can change, it brings it to a whole nother level. I mean, you have to understand, you guys, last month, I had sisters on my team had babies who had tried to have babies for 10 years. And I have clients who are cancer survivors who take plexus and feel better than they have in years. I mean, those are the kinds of things that drive you, because you're always going to hit the valleys and you're always going to hit the low times. So you have to have the why, and you have to have the vision, and you have to have the partnerships with other sidelines or uplines or whoever it is to help pick you up and say, you know, it's all worth it, and to remind you.
And I will thank you, Michelle. I will tell you, she did not know I was going to ask her any questions. I just knew she had more in it to share. And, but she's amazing, and I am blessed to have her on my team. If you haven't noticed one thing about her, her passion. Her passion is why she is successful. She mentioned that, you know, it replaced her income, and she mentioned how her income, it's not like she was like a huge income, but it was her income, guys. I don't know. I want every one of you to look at me, and I'm looking at each one of you. This is life changing. She mentioned that she had 2 sisters on her team that have been trying to have babies for years, probably not in compliance zone right now. But guys, life changing. Michelle, I mean, she had to overcome some obstacles to be able to share this blessing with others, within herself. She talked about her depression. Guys, this hasn't come easy for her, but she said it. She said it better than I'm ever going to say. She was given a blessing. She has to be that blessing to others. It's the conviction that drives her to share this. I know her journey, and I know it hasn't been easy, but you know what? She has not lost belief in herself. She has not lost faith. She has plowed through every obstacle. And I mean, we didn't just plow through the obstacles that fast. Sometimes it took a little more pushing through. There are bigger boulders in our way, but she never quit. She did that personal development that you hear us all talking about so much. Without the personal development, we would not have the Michelle we have today. And I'm going to tell you guys, she is amazing. Like, amazing isn't even a word for her. What color is that personality? Blue. When blue people say amazing, we're usually a blue personality. She mentioned her why. And she doesn't even know my notes today. And it's funny that they just connect. She mentioned her why and her vision. She had a vision strong enough. She had dreams. She had a running buddy. Her running buddy is a Ruby ambassador that is not on her team. She's a sideline partner. They're all under the same person, but they're not each other's upline or downline. They are friends, and they help each other get through the highs and the lows of what this has. But like she said, anything worth having isn't easy. And so now I'll go in, and thank you so much, Michelle. You have so much to offer, guys. And that was just the tip of the iceberg of what Michelle has. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So I wanted to do this little analogy. There's 2 people that are working. They're hard workers. They're in a break room. They go to sit down for lunch. One is excited to sit down for lunch and eat, and the other comes in like Eeyore. He's so bored. He's so annoyed with his lunch, and he just says, "Same old lunch." And the positive guy suggests packing something else. Pack something else in your lunchbox. And the bored, sad guy got super defensive and kind of went off on him. The moral of this story is we are responsible for what we pack in our lunch every day. We are responsible with our thoughts, our mindset, our actions, and what we pack. Uh-oh, I need to mute someone. Here we go. Sorry, I had to mute someone. It was giving me some feedback. Sorry. Anyways, we are responsible for our own thoughts, our own actions, and what we pack in our lunch every single day. We are responsible for our mindset. You can be excited about that same old lunch, or you can have a mindset that is just so bored and just not even be thankful that you have a meal every single day. Hard work is a foundation for our success. To be successful, it requires action. As Michelle spoke about, action. It requires knowing your vision. It requires knowing your why. A little bit of my story. In the beginning, I had fear, guys. I had fear. I had self-doubt. I had the fear of failure. I had to stop focusing on that fear, on any of my fears. I had to stop focusing on my fears and commit. And I had to commit to my goals and start driving. I had to use my goals to start driving me. I would tell myself short-term sacrifices for long-term gain. I worked full-time, have kiddos, have a husband, have a house I have to run. And I had to make short-term sacrifices for an entire year, maybe be a little more overwhelmed for a year for the long-term gain of the freedom that we have now, for the opportunities that I'm able to provide for my family right now. You have to decide, I want all in, and I want you guys all in. I want this for each and every one of you. I want you guys to experience what Michelle and I are getting to experience, not just the financial freedoms, just the blessings that we're able to give everyone. It takes discipline, and discipline is a tricky word. It's a very hard word. That means sometimes doing things that we don't want to do, or that we don't, discipline means doing what we need to do, even in times we don't want to do it. That's what discipline is. There are plenty of times that I want to just go to bed. In that first year, I just wanted to go to bed. I wanted to go to sleep. I was tired. I made myself contact 3 more people. Send out messages to 3 more people. If I saw them complaining on Facebook about something, I made myself, no matter how tired I was, contact them and share what I had to offer them. I would say, I don't know if this is going to help you, but what if it does? And I would contact them. I made myself wake up 15 minutes earlier. If you guys know me, that's really hard. I'm a morning person once I get out of bed, but that crawling out of bed is really a struggle. And I made myself crawl out of bed 15, 20, 30 minutes earlier each morning in order. I sacrificed that sleep, and I know each of you guys can relate to that. I sacrificed that for a minute for some long-term gain. So it's getting that to-do list done and conquering it versus putting it off. Success comes from daily actions. It comes from doing something daily. So for example, say we have a business, we have a retail store, we have a restaurant, we have something, and we go to that store every other day. We go there every other day, or we work a week and we take a week off because life got in the way. We just got too busy to open that gas station. We got too busy to open our restaurant. But next week we're going to decide to open it. Are we going to be considered credible people? Are people going to look forward to coming to our store? No, they're going to find somewhere else to go that's consistent. This is the same exact thing. When we say hard work, that doesn't mean work 40 hours a week, but that means do something every day. Do some sort of action every day. We must commit, because if we don't commit, if we're not persistent and we don't commit and we don't see our dreams, our audience is not going to buy into us. They're going to be like, oh, she's on Plexus Wagon again. What is she going to be next week? Or she's on Plexus Wagon for a month. Where is she going to be next month? People need to see our consistency, our persistence, our excitement. And I know sometimes we're really, really tired and we don't want to. That's where, like Michelle mentioned, your why comes into place. Your visions. Are your dreams big enough to make you make a small sacrifice for a long-term gain? Success is in the daily. What daily activities are you doing daily to meet your goals, to see your dreams come true? You have to have a clear vision. We all have to have a clear vision of our goals. When we have a clear vision, our IPAs, our goals, our daily activities are so much easier to meet. It's so much easier to attain when we have that clear vision, that clear focus, that strong why, that big dream that keeps us moving on. It makes it to where we can do our IPAs, our income producing activities, with purpose and intention. When you have a clear vision, you know where you're heading. When we're a little bit foggy, or our why isn't strong enough, or our dream isn't big enough, our IPAs are not strong enough either. It's a lot easier to to put it off. It's a lot easier to have intention versus activity. We will all face trials, hard times, bumps in the roads. Every single one of us on this journey will face some kind of obstacle. What's going to get you through that obstacle, as Michelle mentioned, your why, your vision. Are your dreams big enough? We have two choices. We can lower our target or increase our activity. I do not suggest anyone to lower their target. Let's use this for example. Let's say, for example, you want to make $3,000 a month doing this because you want to quit your full-time job and you want to provide a sustainable income to your family. So we're going 3, 4, 5 months into this, and you're starting to make a good $1,000, maybe sometimes $1,500 extra dollars a month. You start feeling comfortable, and you're like, you know what? I like this. I'm comfortable right here. I'm comfortable, I'm satisfied. And we lower our goals. We lower our target because we're comfortable. And I challenge you not to lower your target just because you're comfortable, or the fear of getting out of your comfort zone, and it's easy to stay right there. I challenge you, instead of lowering your target, increase your activity to hit your target that's up here, and not just stay in our comfy zone. It's easy to do. We've all been there. So what are you tracking? Are you tracking your intention? Because every single day we have an IPEA, we have intentions to reach out to so many people. We have intentions to post on Facebook. If we're not posting on Facebook, that's the least amount of things that we can do daily to grow our business. If we have intentions to contact someone, intentions to reach out to team members, if we have those intentions, or do you have activity? Are you actually doing that? Procrastination is our biggest dream stealer. Procrastination can be our biggest dream stealer, and procrastination is so easy to do. It's so easy to have intentions. And so track your activity. How many potentials did you follow up with? How many new prospects did you reach out to? How many new people did you reach out to? How many calls or follow-ups or coffee dates or lunch dates, whatever you're comfortable with, or even if you're not comfortable with it, set it up. Track that activity. We all have intentions. I challenge you to track your activity. Write it down every single day, your activity, not your intentions, your activity. I challenge you to persevere. Guys, don't give up. You've all seen that picture where the guy's in the mine and he's digging for gold and he's striking and the one guy turns around, and in the bottom picture, it's paper thin to where that gold is. Don't give up. We cannot compare our journeys. You'll see some people meet some pretty high ranks in a short amount of time, where you'll see others where it takes a little longer. But guess what? Michelle, she's not giving up. She's being that blessing to people. So I challenge you to persevere. I see so many give up before they can see success. I see the success for every single one of you on this call, but I see so many give up way too easy, because sometimes it's so much easier to give up than to keep reaching for our dreams. Those who lack perseverance, they all start out great. They all have great intentions, but they're lacking activity. Guys, that is key to this. Activity, consistency. They lose focus and they give up on their dreams and goals, because sometimes our dreams and goals, we need to dig a little deeper. Find out, why do we need extra money? Maybe someone said, I want to make an extra $1,500 a month. Find out from your person why they want to make that. Is that to send their child to private school? Is that to help get out of whatever financial debt they're in? Is it to help retire or help to build a savings? Find out the why they need that, so you can help set their goals, so you can help your team, or for yourself. If you don't have a team yet, share with your upline why you need a specific amount. That way we can help you be consistent, be accountable, and keep shooting for those goals. Okay, so if you don't have it right now, come back to the recording. Am I recording? Yes, I am recording. Woo! Oh my gosh, I almost had a scary moment. Get paper and pen and write this down. What I want you to do is make short-term and long-term. Write down what you're willing to do for a short term. Write down your goals. Write down your dreams. Write down the sacrifices you're willing to make for a short time for long-term gains, okay? I want you to write that down because we can say it in our head, but when we have it written on paper and we look at it every day, I'm willing to stop scrolling Facebook. I'm willing to not watch my whatever I have DVR'd. I'm willing to wake up 30 minutes earlier. I'm willing to this. Write down the small sacrifices you're willing to do for long-term gain to achieve your goals. What are you willing to sacrifice to achieve your dreams and goals? Short-term sacrifices make for long-term gains. So I want you guys to end on that. I want you guys to write down your dream and goals and write down your short-term sacrifices that you can give up in order to have the success, what this opportunity has to bring to all of us. Because, guys, the blessing is real. Monday, I'm flying out for my third trip to Kona, Hawaii. Guys, I would never be able to go to Hawaii if it wasn't for this trip. I'm busy. I've got to get packed for my daughter's junior high rodeo. We leave Friday for that. We'll get home Sunday, swap clothes, get the kids dropped off at the in-laws for a week, and I'm going to head to Hawaii. Sounds busy, but it's because of this blessing. It's because I believed in myself. I believed in my team. It's because my team believed in their self to be able to accomplish something so amazing. And so I want you guys to all make some goals and think of some sacrifices that you can give up to reach those long-term goals. So anyways, I'll quit yammering and let you guys get back onto your day. Let's see if anyone's asking a question. Oh, Michelle, if you could maybe later today or tonight, I've got a question. What products did you take to help with depression? If you can address that and see if you can help someone with that. But anyways, I want to end us in prayer. And so as everyone will just bow your head and just, dear Heavenly Father, I come to you first and foremost and just thank you for this opportunity, for the friendships that I can see in front of me. So many people that have blessed all of us in our lives. Michelle, Cassie on this call, I wouldn't know these women if it wasn't for this opportunity that you have brought forth to me. Bless us and the blessings that this has brought into our lives. I pray that we can see the vision, be persistent, and work with intention. I pray that we can achieve our dreams and goals by working through consistency and persistency. I just pray that you give us the strength to make the small sacrifices for long-term gain. In your name I pray, amen. Oh no, Emily, you're fine. Everyone, just thank you for getting on this call. And Michelle, when I post a link, I guess in the comments, Michelle, you can post, I'm sure she's on the triplex. I could probably answer that for her. I know she's on the triplex. But anyways, guys, thank you. And I hope you were able to take away something from this and dream big. And it's okay to make some short-term sacrifices for the long term. Guys, this is bigger than we can ever imagine. Good night. Thank you for getting on, Pam. I like these little chat comments on the side.
Good night.
Good night.